have that all set. Let me update up here. Got myself really organized today. All set for today's live stream. I hope you are having an amazing day. It's been pretty good right here. I'm getting my popcorn ready for this weekend. What we will be watching could be very interesting. Seeing a lot of prints in the market. Hold on 2 seconds. Hey, Bernie.
Hey, Jane. I don't know if you saw my email. The web opportunity for you on next Tuesday.
Okay. I'm just live on my live stream right now at the moment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, at about 12:15, I see the email and I will check it out.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, that looks good.
If you're available.
Yeah, it looks good. Okay.
I'm sorry?
It looks good for Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Perfect. Thanks.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Just talking about where I will be speaking next week. So very, very exciting there. I also have to give a shout out to Jacob Cohen. I have added the link that I'm going to post right here. Buy me a coffee. Jacob did buy me a coffee yesterday, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really enjoy helping you guys, and some people had asked me how can I contribute and buy me a coffee, right? Who doesn't love a nice cup of coffee, especially in watching the stock market? So let's get into it. Sorry about that interruption. That was with Bernie. All right, so we've got the stock market setting up right here. This is the SPY on a 45-minute chart. You know what? Let me hide a lot of these moving averages. I'm not going to take my 425 off because I like that one, and I'll leave the 8. Okay, so we got rid of most of them. These are all anchored volume-weighted average prices. I'm going to start deleting these, right? Why? Because we are below them, right? We are remaining below. I'm going to leave the upper bound one right here. And we have this one here. So we are starting to see a potential correction. You start so quickly. It's okay, Mark. I put the tweet out. Hopefully you got it quickly. I feel like there's been a delay on Twitter tweets, so we'll see about that. But you guys know I have my 425 EMA right here at 374 today. We did test that. We went down below. What are these white lines, Jane? Okay, let's come over to the chart right here. So this was an area that I'm watching for us to break below 350, 75, 80. If we go down from there, the next level is down here, 370, 380. Well, yeah, we pretty much dropped and tested right there and bounced. We're also at the 21 EMA right there. And look, here's our next potential, maybe down to 369.15. You might be saying, Jane, what are you talking about? Why on earth would you possibly say we're going down? Well, starting to see a little bit heavier activity. Look, today we already have higher volume on the SPY than we did yesterday. We are middle of the day. Yes, we have had a bit of a bounce, a bit of a rebound. I did turn on the EMA crossover here. So when it crosses, we get a red signal, right? It looks like it might be primed for that red signal to also come forward. Mark, if you have another idea of how I could alert, I'd be happy to do that. I mean, I am on Weeme. If you guys want to follow me over there, I could potentially start alerting on Weeme if that works for you guys. It's just Jane Galena at Weeme. I'm also on Telegram and on BitChute, but I haven't gone live on BitChute yet. I don't know if I could integrate my software on BitChute to go live, so that's another thought as well. Telegram. You use Telegram? Anybody else out there use Telegram? Yes, no, maybe so. Let me know. I'm just learning the ins and outs of it, so maybe I'll do a little bit more research on that this weekend, Mark. And maybe I will start alerting there as well. So happy to make the switch as well and help people. All right, so SPY looks like it might be ready. Let's look at the Qs as well. So we have the cues. It's been fairly strong. Potential, shoulder, head, maybe another shoulder test here, right? If we look at this, where is our neckline? I'd put it maybe down here at 310, right? So 310, we went up to 319. If we break down from 310, maybe 301. We're looking, this is our volume weighted anchor price down to 303. Looking at potential corrections, anywhere the servers are not in the USA Telegram is apparently in Abu Dhabi. Oh, good one. Cool. All right. Well, you'll have to hit me up on Telegram then, Mark. I am Jane Galena on Telegram. Watch now, it's going to start blowing up. Okay. So we also have IWM as well. This has been the strongest and starting to see some activity. We had higher than normal volume at the top of a channel as well. Watching this on the 45-minute chart, I would watch for the breakdown below 206 over here, roughly 206. If we break 206, I would look for a target down here, 201.92. That's the 425. Remember, this is the most extended away from there, and we're starting to really see that correction. Dow Jones as well. We had this, hey, little potential disbursement box up here for a couple of days now. We are down below it. Do you happen to see where we hit today? Where did we bounce? That 425 looks very similar to the SPY. If we go below those, my bear hat is on. Let's also check out VXX, next one down on the list. Hey, VXX, we hit the 425 from the bottom. Interesting, right? We're starting to see all of these tests of the 425. When we look back in the past, many times it will only remain up above. We have that sort of 1 or 2 day correction where it stays up above on VXX. That's the measurement of put buying. But it's really been sideways price action since on the VXX, which means that there hasn't been super confidence in the markets with buying calls, or I should say in selling puts. And seeing this leads me to believe that in the next week or so, we could have a stock market event happen. We definitely have a political event that is coming up next week on the 20th with the inauguration. So seeing all of this is leading me to believe that maybe it's a sort of wait and see, potentially put some cash on the side for potentially a correction which happens seasonally in January, usually the last 2 weeks. So keeping all of that on watch, we're starting to see a lot of the negative inverse ETNs, the triple leverage, starting to get more volume and starting to trade a bit more. So we're starting to see, let's put it on the daily chart over here. So they're slowly, yesterday we had higher volume on SPXU, SRTY, a little bit higher volume yesterday. We've almost met that volume already today, and we're not even halfway through the day. SDOW as well. These are not recommendations to trade. It's something that I watch for indications, right? I'm watching these for indications that people are setting themselves up and protecting themselves for a potential correction in the market. I did post out a tweet, hey, what are you seeing and what do you do? So what do you guys do? Put in the chat, what do you do to protect your positions? Do you liquidate part of your positions? Do you buy puts? Do you buy inverse ETNs? I would never recommend trading VXX, but some people buy calls on the VXX anticipating that that might run higher. So what do you do? What is your preparation for potential? Just want you to start thinking about that, because if we start to see that the market is really moving in that direction, be prepared, have a plan, right? Have a plan if potentially the power goes out. Do you have food and water, a way to make food, right? If you have an electric stove, how are you going to eat? Things like this, the what if contingency plans. In fact, I do teach about contingency backup plans in trading in the training pits. That is one of the topics that I do cover. Just actually covered it this week. So very fortuitous potentially that I covered it this week. And if you guys want to learn more about the dark pools, come on over there. And if you like the live stream, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. All right, let's get into the list. Let's look at Amazon as well. So Amazon, I have been on watching this. It's still somewhat in that bearish mode, coming down. Someone did give me some grief yesterday because I said, hey, I like Shopify seasonally, and it tends to go up at this time of year. Well, I also did preface that by saying I only like it above 1200. Did we have a close above 1200? No, we did not. This closing day was at 1199.82. Very close, but it did not close above 1200. That's what I'm looking for, is a close above 1200 for getting in. You see, this is more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it's a bit of a correction, and then we'll surge up higher. So I'm waiting for that level, that round number level for the entry. So I'm sorry, I feel like somebody might have gotten burned. They got mad at me, but maybe they only heard part of the message that I did say wait for it to close above 1200. Just had to address that. All right. So let's look as well at Tilray today. Beautiful move on Tilray. Overextended to the upside. Saw it this morning and thought, hey, time to exit the position with some profit. Could easily come back down. Tilray does tend to have parabolic moves. You see back here, parabolic, come back down to reality. Parabolic, maybe come back down to reality. Collect some steam, right? It collects some steam down here on that green dotted line, the 21 EMA. Maybe we come all the way back down to 1180 and then surge up higher again. It did double in the past 5 days, right? 6 days. But it could come back down to reality, come back down 50% and then surge up again. We will see what will happen. The volume is ramping up. Big volume yesterday, we're above that, and it looks like we sold and tested the gap right there. Zoom as well, was watching Zoom. I did not get in down here when it broke. I should have gotten in, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but there's always opportunities in the market, right? That's why I create my list. If I miss something, hey, Asif, doing well, thank you. That there's always another trading, there's always another opportunity. So this one did provide a bit of a short opportunity today. I don't like that it does that and makes it. All right, so over here on the daily, you can see we also hit the moving averages on the daily. The 50 simple and the 120 came together. Actually, a friend of mine asked me about this last night. I said roughly 400 would be that target that we might see a bit of a stall back. Market will open on Tuesday. Yes, thank you for the reminder, Asif. We are closed on Monday with the holiday. Also, something else to remember. Last year, holiday week of January, what happened at the end of the holiday week? Mini correction in January. What happened in February, holiday week of President's Day? Mini correction that turned into quite a big correction, actually, for the market, and a lot of stocks went down. They were discounted beautifully. So looking at that timing of the market, seasonality of the market, seeing some volume a little bit heavier in certain indicators leads me to believe that we might have, like I said, that mini correction coming up. Yeah, no, don't be worried, Asif. Corrections can be good as long as you know how to trade them and protect yourself. And they're a healthy cycle of the market. Just like we see that, hey, Zoom goes up, it comes back, it goes up, comes back, goes up, right? On the way up, we have these corrections. Just imagine it on a bigger time frame. That might be setting up also, if anybody has ever studied GAN, we are due to have a bigger cycle of correction this year. It's not anything to be afraid of. It's part of the cycle of the market. So just be prepared. If you've only been a bull trader, maybe you start dabbling paper trading in being a bit of a bear and looking at it that way. Just be open, right? Be open to what the market gives you. So Zoom right now had a bit of a long trade and short trade. BlackBerry, nice gap up here. Looked at it much like Tilray today, gap up and potential drop down. It is testing a former resistance from post-market right here at 1060, 1050. That's why I did use that level as the level to watch for it to break down, right? If it breaks down, then likely run down to 10, and back on over here to 950, right? And then maybe even on down to 898 over here. All right, let's delete this one. We don't need this anymore. Let's look at Afria. Afria as well, it's pretty cool to see that the longs were all performing longs, staying up. Afria, maybe we'll see a head and shoulder. So we have a resistance right here that's fairly strong at 1320, up here at 14, tested that upper level, came back, bounced a little bit, and we might be seeing that when we break down here, 1260, $1.50, we might pull back down to 1110, which would be roughly that 200 EMA. Printer going brrr, number go down. My printer decided to give me some headaches yesterday. ACB hitting the 200 EMA on the daily right here, and we pulled back. Saw that as well this morning. Thought, hey, all of these cannabis stocks, nice parabolic move this week. Taking the profit this morning, not a bad idea. And that's what played out. NEO as well, pulling back. Also been looking a little bit at the Chinese stocks that were on that executive order 13959. And looking into them, doing a little bit of digging there. Shell Corporation might be affected in relation to CEO with the Shell Dutch partners. Ha ha ha, Mr. Smith, that's funny. Well, right now, I think that they've sort of burned out a little bit. They might be getting the munchies. They might need to gather some steam, eat a couple snacks before they gather that energy and go higher again. NEO is likely going to come back down potentially to 56 and test that area right there. So I would watch that. It's starting to set up for that curl over, right? Wells Fargo as well. Hey, we're starting to curl down. Tested the 15 EMA. Yes, that is correct, Mark. That is correct. You guys like that? Maybe we'll buy them some Cheetos, some Frito-Lay. Let's say maybe Frito-Lay is doing well in relation to the cannabis stocks as well. And now I'm curious. Let's look at Frito-Lay. I don't know the ticker for that. Really? I swear, Frito, maybe they were bought out by somebody. Anybody know what Frito-Lay is? Were they bought out by Heinz? Kraft? I feel like they might have been. Oh, look at that. Heinz looks like it's bouncing off of the 200. They were bought out by Pepsi. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. Let's see. So, in fact, now that the cannabis stocks are dropping and everybody's got the munchies, let's see. Heinz it looks like it could be breaking out of a bearish trend right there. And Pepsi, I swear Pepsi was P. Hindsight is 2020. Yes, you're full of them today, Mr. Smith. I like it. All right, and also Pepsi looks like it's setting up as well for a nice breakout of a downward trend. So I'm going to write those two down. Those look good. Heinz to me. I'm going to check the seasonality and I will report on those on Sunday. I sound like a reporter. I will give you my findings on Heinz and Pepsi. These look like they might be primed, right? They are coming down. They have not curled up just yet, but if we go back to Heinz KHC, right? Kraft Heinz this one looks like it might be a little bit stronger. Would really like to see this break up above, really up here, break above 33. Does have a nice 80 cents, 70 cents move to the upside, but that would definitely be, that would definitely be a breaking of you're projecting these to the upside or downside. I'm just looking if the pattern setup is correct and the volume follows through, Tommy. So no predictions, just what the chart is telling me. If we break up above here, I would really like to see it close up here above 33. Potential move to the upside. Breaking of a trend line. We have earnings coming up. And it bounced off of the 200 SMA. In fact, BABA, I was not interested in buying BABA down here. Should have, right? Bouncing off of my 425. Any movements related to the parlor fiasco? Well, we have seen Facebook take a face plant. We like to say that, right? When Facebook is going down, it's a face plant. It's testing this trend line from the bottom right here of this triangle. And if we measure this, right, let's look at a measurement. It really started the base back here, 51 points. So we might see that Facebook goes down to 200, right? I've heard speculation that there's some people that are going to sort of boycott Facebook tonight for, I think, 7 p.m. until 8 a.m. or something like that, to see how much they can hurt Facebook in relation to everything that they did last week. And also seeing that Twitter was heavily affected as well, right? Twitter was definitely heavily affected from last week's activity. It does have an H formation. Maybe we see Twitter come back down to $43 down here, another $2.50. Maybe it will come all the way back down to the 200 simple moving average. Well, we'll see, Tommy. We'll see what happens. Really, just looking at the chart though, right now, keeping any sort of perspective out of mind, this is a technical, when it's retesting, it breaks the trend line. So we had a test here of the trend line, doji day, bearish engulfing, higher than normal volume, below the 200 close. This test right here, if we reject this, this is actually potentially a lower risk short entry. So when we have let me draw it right here. When we have an upward trend line, right? And then the price action, I want to change the color. I don't see my drawing tools. That's okay. When the price action comes down and then up and back down, we'll make that one yellow, that this point, now I see it. This point, oh, no. I want a new drawing. This point right here is the lower risk entry. It's proof that the sellers are taking over, right? They came down, no more buyers right here on the upward trend line. Up, buyers came in right here. Okay, lower risk entry potentially for a short, which is what we're setting up for right now. You see, we're testing that trend line from below. If we break down further, then it makes perfect sense that this would go down potentially. And doing the mathematical equation, it might go down to 200. Time frame, I don't know. Tends to be staircase up, elevator down. And that might really affect other indexes, other ETFs as well. Whatever ETF, here if we go ETF database, Facebook, nope, not sign up. And we type here, we look at Facebook. Well, here, we'll just look at it, Tommy. I'm trying to keep my opinion out of it and just look at facts. So these are the ones that have Facebook that have big holdings in it. So FNGS, I don't know what that is. That might be a short ETF or something. Large cap. So FNGS, we can see that these ETFs that have the largest holdings, I wanted to go back here. We'll go back, yeah. So we have XLC, VOX, FCOM, IXP, FNGS, SOCL. I'm curious, what else is an SOCL? Social media, right? Well, you know what, Mark, though, I would look more into the volume as well on the day. Right now we're testing here. So let's look and see, where did we get bigger volume at the top? It bumped up a little bit, right? It bumped up a little bit and now it's dropping. Who knows? We're in the middle of the day, right? This could very well drop down further to down below 247. Anything is possible, right? We no longer have Trump's tweets that were affecting the market. However, there could be other things that might happen that might affect the market. I'm not saying that it's happening, but the price action right now, we're starting to roll over I'm starting to see a break of the trend potentially right here. If I draw it to this candlestick here, this was our first test, and we could be setting up for potential retracement down here. Maybe we're going to come back down to 248. And if we close below 248, look at that, 248.20 is the 200 simple moving average. So let's see where it is on the 24-hour chart. Are we even below it? Okay, 248.43. Thanks, Tommy. Yeah, Tommy or Tommy? Is it a long O or a short O? Because I don't want to offend people as well. But maybe we'll see it come back down. I don't know where it's going. All I know is this day had higher volume. We close above it, potential reversal. We close below this, then potential drop, right? Forget what the news says. Let's look at the price action. All right, on to Facebook. Let's look at Wells Fargo as well. Had a big down day, big move. We've taken out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trading days, so we're starting to curl down for sure. The price action is dropping. Plug as well, starting to have a retracement. So we saw a lot of the stocks that went parabolic this week are correcting a little bit. Does not mean that they're dropping. Simply means, hey, when it comes up here, look at how it gets drawn right back, right? So you see this, try not to have FOMO getting in here, right? Oh my goodness, it opened up here. I missed it yesterday. I'm going to buy. Well, it tends to come back. So be cautious with that, right? Hey, it comes up. Oh, you see it came back. Up. Okay, it came back, right? It's that ebb and flow, the waves of the market and the price action. It happens on the shorter time frame. It drops down, it comes back. It drops down, it comes back. It happens on the bigger time frame too. JP Morgan, so Plug had a nice short today. JP Morgan has a lot of ties to those companies from the executive order. Helped to issue shares for some of them. So keeping that in mind, that might affect JP Morgan as well. We will see. But right now it had a nice little short opportunity. And where did we almost come to? Or where did we come? 15-minute chart, pre-market, the 425. If you don't have the 425 EMA, exponential moving average, on your chart, throw it on. It tends to perform time and time again. Fuel cell as well had a nice pullback today, parabolic move up over the past couple weeks and pulling back. Might see that this pulls back to the 21 EMA, 1360, or back down further to 1290. Not saying that would potentially happen today. It's got a bit of consolidation maybe happening, setting up right now, came down, consolidating, looking to see if this, we just got a long signal. If it can break up above 1608. Hi, Financial Freedom. How's it going in Toronto? How's the weather for you guys? We had fog this morning. Facebook, on the last big move on the daily, it retraced day today at 786. The 382 is 201 if my calculation or assumption is correct. Hold on. I'm not sure that I understand 786. 786? Are you talking about print? Mark? Wait, what? What do you mean what? Oh, let's look at laser while Mark is chatting. Oh, my thumb is much better. Oh, 786 Fibonacci. Got it. Are you measuring from the downside or the upside? See, if we go to Facebook, right? Let me make it bigger. And I'm going to, I don't know why it takes it off the auto. I would go back from this big downward turn. DDD is still good. Let's check it out. Yeah. If we came back down to 61.8, 204.37 is what I have. Measuring it, oh, actually, I would want to bring this down to the candle right there. 202.59, and let's see if at the bottom, did I measure it to the candle? Yeah, I want to measure it not from the wick, but the bottom of the candle. So looking at that, 202.59, that's my new target, 202.59 for Facebook. We dropped big time, and it dropped below the 425. So the 425 is roughly 221.50, is 221.78 is the 50 fib level for me. I'd be looking at that big picture for a bigger correction. All right, let's look at laser. So laser looks like we had this triangle. It's now set up over here, and we will readjust this right here. Looks like it's starting to break from that apex for laser right here. Fib in Facebook fib. And if anybody has COVID, it's officially called cootie kisses if you kiss them. Don't get COVID cootie kisses. All right, let's look at DDD. DDD. All right. 32 offers resistance. Support I see right here. 27.80. Let's draw a trend line. Yeah, still looking good as long as it holds this trend line, roughly $27 right there. And that support level, right? So that's what I see on DDD. Let's look at APPN. All right, Appen. You see how this went sideways for quite a long period? And now, what is this? What is Appian package software? Where is this made? I start to get really curious as to where everything is made. So it tested the upper level of this box. This could be a level where it came up, sideways price action consolidation, the moving averages caught up. Now we're back up above. I would take the measurement. What's our measurement here? 1580. All right, let's go here. 1580. Oh, it wants to go. Nope, 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 almost there. So we almost hit it, 179. Is that correct? No. It's not measuring it correctly. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. 136. Ah, see? It's not measuring it correctly. So this is 136 and this is 165. So plus 17 plus 165, 182 target for APPN based on this consolidation right here. Potentially larger, but that would be my initial target, would be 182 over here. All right. Do you guys have any other stocks you would like to check out? Doing lots of research this weekend, as long as my kids will let me. Hopefully some great stuff for the week ahead, and watch to see where the index is really closed. Right now we are, we'll look at Tesla and we'll look at American, Bitcoin. I don't know, but I'm going to have my popcorn out for next week. Being in Canada, I'm going to watch everything like a hawk. Yeah, I already did Tilray, Financial Freedom. I did it early in the beginning. It was on my list today, right there. So I'm starting to see, I've given this, not American. I'm thinking of Tilray. All right. So right now, looking at this actually, Mark, do you see that we had this area right here, really resistance, and the high of this coil of the rectangle? And we came down, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would look to see, hey, right here, bringing this down, 1420, 1630, $2. So maybe up to 1750 for American Airlines. Orbital Energy. Yeah, lots of good stuff happening. Oh, and not only that, I think Mercury goes into retrograde. 2021, January 18th, I think we might be I think we might be experiencing some Mercury in retrograde. Oh no, January 30th. Okay, so if you guys have never experienced Mercury in retrograde, you will see that it will be everything that has to do with the word RE. Uh-oh. Ticker Tacker TV is calling me. I gotta run, guys. I'm supposed to be on right now. Okay.